Earth didn't miscalculate Kepler 452b. It hid the truth. The first humans who landed on Kepler 452b reported one thing before their transmission cut out. Earth was wrong. The planet is alive, but not the way you think. That was the last message before silence. And before every map, every simulation, every prediction humanity trusted became useless in a single heartbeat. When the descent began, the crew realized something terrifying. Kepler 452b wasn't waiting to be explored. It was moving. The first humans to reach Kepler 452b didn't touch down with confidence. They arrived terrified. Why? Because Earth lied. Every simulation, every map, every atmospheric reading, everything they trained for, completely wrong. Commander Aisha Trent replayed the satellite scans for the 10th time, her voice shaking. This planet, this isn't what Earth told us it was. Pilot James Holt stared at the screen. Forests the size of countries, twisting sky storms, massive floating terrain, gravity pockets dancing across the crust. Nothing matched known physics. Maybe the probe malfunctioned, Holt whispered. But Aisha wasn't buying it. The probe that scanned Kepler 452b never malfunctioned. It was silenced before it could transmit the final data. And now Aisha knew why. The descent wasn't violent. It was impossible. Winds changing direction every second. Lightning striking sideways. Clouds forming geometric spirals that tracked the ship like predators. We shouldn't be alive, Holt muttered as the ship shook violently. Aisha didn't reply. She was fixated on the altimeter, not moving. The ship was dropping, but the numbers froze. Gravity here wasn't a pull, it was a negotiation. She whispered, "This planet, it decides how you fall." For 10 full minutes, a quarter of the story, the drop ship drifted, pulled, jolted, thrown sideways by invisible forces. Aisha recorded everything. We are the first humans to land here. If this planet doesn't kill us before we touch ground, at 900 meters altitude, the terrain moved, not alive, not creatures, not anomalies. The ground itself shifted, like floating tectonic plates. Massive land slabs drifted past each other like ships in a silent ocean. Those are continents, Holt said, voice cracking. And suddenly, crash alert. Orbital ship failure. Aisha's heart stopped. Their main colony ship, the Pioneer Ark, lost stabilizers, not from damage, not from attack, but because Kepler 452b's gravity pockets overloaded the flight systems. The Ark sent its final message. Habitat deck has detached. Life support. Falling evac immediate. Aisha stared up at the sky. A flaming wreck tore through the copper clouds, heading straight toward a drifting landmass. James, if they crash into a gravity pocket, they won't survive the impact. Aisha grabbed her survival gear. Then we make history twice today. First by landing here, and second by keeping the rest of humanity alive. The ship lurched. The plateau beneath them rumbled like something ancient awakening. Kepler 452b didn't welcome them. It challenged them, and the challenge had only begun. The moment Aisha and Holt stepped out of the dropship, the planet greeted them with silence, not calm, but the kind of silence that follows something enormous, shifting underground. The plateau beneath their feet trembled again, not like an earthquake, more like a floating sab adjusting its position. "Halt," Aisha said, tightening her grip on her toolkit. "We move now." Because the sky above them shattered open. The burning remains of the Pioneer Ark streaked downward, trailing orange fire like a dying comet. The crew inside, families, engineers, farmers, the whole backbone of the new colony, had only minutes before slamming into a gravity pocket or disintegrating on impact. Holt scanned the trajectory. It's coming down fast, toward the southern plate. If they hit the valley, they're done. Then we get to that plate. Aisha sprinted across the unstable terrain, her boots slipping on shifting rock. Planet Kepler 452b was alive, not biologically, but geologically. The crust drifted, collided, and reshaped itself like shifting puzzle pieces. No stable ground, no predictable path, just raw, moving planet. "Halt, heads up," Aisha shouted. A canyon split open in front of them, wide enough to swallow a city bus. They skidded to a halt as the crack expanded into a full fracture. Holt checked the gravity gauge. It's a pocket forming. The crust is decompressing. Then the ground chunk they stood on suddenly lurched sideways, their entire landmass drifting toward the canyon edge. "We're losing the plate," Aisha yelled. "Holt, jump!" They leapt, not for safety, but for a drifting neighboring land slab moving slightly upward. Barely grabbing the edge, they pulled themselves up as their original platform cracked apart and fell into the abyss. Aisha didn't waste the breath to panic. She pointed south. The sky ignited. The Pioneer Ark broke through the lower clouds, spiraling, its escape pods ejecting too early, scattering like sparks. "We're close," Holt said, panting. "But the landing area, it's unstable. Everything here is unstable, that's the point." They reached the edge of the southern plate, just as the colony ship slammed into a cushioned gravity pocket, slowing just enough to explode, then skidded violently across the drifting terrain, leaving a trail of burning wreckage. Aisha ran to the smoking hull. The air smelled of metal, heat, and human fear. "Halt, pry this open." They forced the emergency hatch open with raw strength and a cutting torch. Inside, terrified colonists clung to rails and harnesses, faces pale with shock. A mother clutching her child whispered, "Commander, we thought we were dead." Aisha reached out her hand. "Not today. Not on my watch. We survive here, together." But the planet wasn't done. A deep rumble shook the entire region as the southern plate cracked in two, beginning to drift apart like slow-moving icebergs. Holt's eyes widened. "Aisha, if we don't move them now, this whole section will sink." Aisha stepped onto the shifting ground and raised her voice. "Listen to me. This planet moves. Constantly. We move with it. Follow us. The upper ridge is stable." Dozens of colonists began evacuating. Some carried food modules, others medical kits, others nothing but their breath and fear. As they climbed the ridge, the southern plate finally sheared apart, half of it falling into the valley below with a thunderous roar. Aisha didn't look back. "We can build here," she said. But as she reached the top of the ridge, she saw something that froze her. Across the horizon, beyond the drifting land slabs and copper clouds, stood massive stone structures, not alien, not mystical, but clearly shaped, clearly designed. Holt whispered, "Those aren't natural formations." Aisha raised her visor. "Not creatures, not signals, not anomalies. Buildings, structures, shelters, terraform units made by humans. "Halt," she whispered, voice trembling as the truth hit her. "We're not the first humans on Kepler 452b. Somewhere on this shifting world, another human mission survived. Unrecorded, unreported, forgotten by Earth, or erased on purpose." Aisha stared at the distant structures. Whoever built those, they already learned how to live here. Planet Kepler 452b wasn't just a challenge, it was a message.